Grace and peace. Today's question is, what is sin? That's a big question for a quick video. But let's go. All right, so 1 John 5:17 says that all wrongdoing is sin, but there is a sin that is not deadly. So in these couple of verses, the writer is like, hey, let's talk about sin. And if you see your sibling doing sinful things that doesn't lead to death, like you should check them and let them know what's going on. And it does bring to mind this question, what is sin? So I grew up hearing that sin was missing the mark, right? Missing God's perfection or God's intention, which, a good definition, sure. But that also brings to mind, like, who decides what is God's intention, or who decides what it means to miss the mark. And so in some ways, sin is contextual, right? When I think about sin, I think about wrongdoing, right? Things that we know that's wrong or that's not right. Things that a community has decided, whether that's a small community or a larger community, that is not right or that is wrong. Things that harm folks. And so sometimes when we think about sin, we think about these individual, like, oh, I sinned against God. We don't think about or talk about like systemic sin or communal sin, right? The ways in which systems and structures harm people and in many ways are sinful. We usually say they're unjust or unrighteous. And so, I think sin is wrongdoing, but I think what in addition to being to the wrongdoing, it is also not just individual. It is like systemic. It is systems. It is organizations in the ways in which they also cause harm and do wrong. So somewhere there's a definition of sin in that. Let me know what you think.